Hey folks, Monday, August 18th. We're back in on a roller coaster ride this morning. So I hope you're ready. Remember, don't risk money you can't afford to lose. I'm not a professional advisor. We took three trades. Look at that, $155 down to start the day, and we recovered. So ASBP was the stock for at least for me today. I shifted some of the windows around just to try to give you guys a little better uh, quality of screen there. So hopefully that works. I removed the watch lists and I added the daily down at the bottom. I think I still need some tweaks. Obviously, we're on a higher quality monitor, but it's a smaller monitor. So we started off nothing in pre-market today. We were just watching, um, and ASBP was one of the stocks we decided to watch, and it was had gone up to 76 cents all the way from 40. So we had a good uptrend, but we missed it. We were a little late, and so we come in here and we see it kick up right off the start. I shouldn't have taken a trade right off the start. I was a little bit nervous about the whole move and the windows, but I decided to what the heck jump in. In the back of my mind over the weekend, I was thinking of a new strategy, and I said, well, in the past week and a half or so, we've seen these penny stocks kick it quite a bit up. So maybe I need to just dip in and go with a large share amount and let it go for a couple of hours to see what happens. And I think subconsciously that's what I was thinking. So dummy me, I jump in. I've cut up most of the losses, most of the video here for this first trade, just to give you the gist. But as you can see there, it just uh, for some reason the market didn't like it, and I think there was another stock that was moving up, but it was around between $6 and $8, and I think it went up to 9, and I think that was attracting folks, and the volume of this one just died. Now, 1,000 shares and $100, certainly it was risky, and at this point, we're feeling like, oh wow, what are we going to do? We've uh, it's been from last Tuesday, lost 140. We climbed back Thursday and Friday, earning 130 back. And here today, it looks like we're going to have a really bad day. So I drew a couple of lines there as far as where I thought my limit was and the low was, and then finally gave up and just flattened out with $155 loss. Now I should have known better, but I I cashed out losing. But the stock is here, and oops, I guess I jumped the gun on that one. We're still in the first trade here. And I think around 62 cents, 61 was the limit that I was getting ready to take. And I think I jumped the gun right here because in this candle jumps quite back up. And of course, by that time, I'm out and out $155. Now, because I took the trade so high at 73 cents, there's nothing much I can do. So he lost 12, 13 cents, 14, 15 cents. And at this point, you can see the time and sales in the lower right-hand corner moving a lot slower. The ladder there, hardly anybody coming in, and level 2 as well. And you can see on the 133 tick mark chart down at the bottom in the middle there, you can see how far the EMAs have swung down from VWAP. And this tells me that there might be a chance that it might recover from 62 up to 68. And so that's what I was thinking. And we know that for the past 2, 3 weeks, the only way to get ahead in this market has been to hold the stock. And it's obviously consolidating, but it's in the depths. We're also looking at the clock, 6:43. We're coming up on 7 o'clock. And from what I saw in pre-market, there was a lot more volume this morning, a lot more interest, a lot more traders, a lot more folks trading different stocks. And from the onset, I thought, oh, we're going to have too many stocks. They're going to be competing against each other. Maybe I shouldn't trade at all. But the strength in pre-market of this stock, which did have news, uh, allowed me to take it. So there you see, I had cashed out 155, but I see it moving up to the VWAP, and I see it picking up, and I decided to take a chance here. And I started with 500 shares, and just to see if it could climb. I'm trying to buy and not getting filled. But time and sales starts moving a lot quicker. And now is the time to jump in. So you go big or you go home. I'm not advising that you do this. I mean, and this was a shot in the dark for me as well. I didn't have any technicals that told me that this stock was going to go and climb back up. At this point, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reduce the 155, and I'm thinking, well, if I can get under $100, I'll be happy. And I even thought about getting out right here and saying, you know what, just take it. But I had nothing to lose at that point, and the stock had already sort of hit bottom when it hit down below 60. So we like the videos, like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. It keeps us making more videos for you guys so you can see experiences like today, a real roller coaster ride. So look at that. I'm down $195 there. 200. 203. So obviously anybody sees this chart, boy did this boy mess up, right? $220. 22, 225, 230. So it's not for the faint of heart if you're going to jump in, because this could have been a disastrous day for us for the month of August. And I think that was a realization. But sometimes what you have to do is go through periods like this and realize that the market's not your friend, and that at any point things like this can happen, and you need to watch out for them, and you need to be more careful, because you don't want to have multiple days in a month like this. If you're making money a little bit, especially in a small account, a $250 loss, 10% loss, greater even if you're only at 2K. So what I'm thinking here is that, and I might have jumped the gun in entering, and I'm, now that I think about it, it sure was, that on that first climb up to BWAP, it was going to get rejected. Typically, that's what happens. When I saw the 133 tick chart down there with the EMAs that far from the VWAP, I knew that it would come back, but the first time it hit up on the 1 minute chart there, it would roll back. I'm not even paying attention to daily or even the 5 minute chart. I'm trading just off of the 1 minute chart at this point, because obviously it's one of those days when you're not ready for the market. And I think the moving monitors around, moving the windows around, refactoring the windows there, uh, threw me a little bit off, and it's going to take me a couple of days to settle in and make sure that my eyes can see everything. But um, I knew that it would have a second push upwards, and that's what I did. So I held, and of course I'm now in with 2,000 shares, where I was on the first trade it was only 1,000. Now we got 2,000, and we're climbing back up. And at this point, what's going through my mind is, well, I want to get back to the 155. After being 250 or 240 down on this trade, for both trades, maybe getting back up to 155 is not going to be that bad. I'm still looking at level 2, and what I see is a little slight of slight increase in the bids, in the number of bids coming in, and that gives me a little confidence to hold it through here. And so I'm here, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying I'm going to hold it 3 more minutes through these 3 more bars and see what happens before I decide to jump on and call it a day. And lo and behold, here comes the volume. Now at this point, I'm feeling a lot better. Obviously, look at that. So, and I thought about just taking my half or selling 500 shares here, but I thought, you know what? There might be a chance that this goes back up to higher days. And if it does, we could potentially recover. So now I'm beginning to think that a recovery is possible. Now, it doesn't always happen that way. And the time and sales is not convincing me because it's not going through fast enough. And meanwhile, the other stock there's a couple of other stocks that are starting to move. Now, here's a potential. At this point, we got to think strongly about getting out. And I'm not being greedy. I'm mostly thinking about the recovery. And taking the 2,000 trades wasn't a revenge trade. I actually made a smart trade there, a smart decision to do that because I thought that it would get back up. So then I'm looking at the pattern on the 133 tick chart, and it looks good. There, it looks like it's going to move up, and so might as well at this point, I've recovered to within 40 bucks, 30, 16. That's pretty good. If I can get away from here, you notice me moving around trying to see if I'm going to sell. Now, if I can get out right now and lose under 10 bucks, I'm happy. But it looks like it still has a little bit of strength there, even though it hit that one of my lines there, a little above high a day or under high a day. And it looks like there's going to be a big push. And there we go. We almost hit 300 on that one. 278 for this one. We recovered and made $123. Now, that should have been enough. I should have gotten out. I did do my exports, but it looked like it had a little bit of strength. And when I did the daily check this morning, I thought it had room to go to $1.40. And I think in the back of my head, that's what caused me to take those trades of 1,000 to 2,000. So I decided to watch it here and see if it dropped a little bit, as long as it didn't fall or Christmas tree, and I still had a little bit of cash left. And here you see me checking, and you can see there my cyan line, and all the way up, it has plenty of room. This might be a continuation for tomorrow, or even later this evening, this afternoon. It'll be interesting to watch it. Now, as I'm doing this video, of course, it has crystal waterfall down, but who knows? So I got a little bit of money left, so I jump in with 200 shares, nothing big. I Friday's video, I think I also spoke about the fees for trading penny stocks. So I looked up Friday, we traded 1,500 shares on one stock, and I looked up my fees afterwards, and it was only 33 cents. I'm on Schwab. I'm not suggesting that you go on Schwab. By all means, I'm not endorsing it. This is just my preference. But you can use that as a reference to whatever broker you're using. Because if you're paying high fees for trading penny stocks, then you need to look at that. The 33 cents to me, I made $60 on that penny stock, and I paid 33 cents in fees, hardly anything. So even if I had made only $5-6, 33 cents is not bad. So I let it go here, and I let the video go just to show you guys what happens once stock runs out of steam. So this stock went up once on the front side in pre-market, went up slightly right off the start, and then here a second time it picked up around 7 o'clock. It's now 9:32 West Coast my time, and I'll probably check it in around 11:30 in an hour and a half or so. I don't have any more cash to trade. I'm not going to trade. I'm just going to watch it and see what happens for tomorrow. The SPY and the Nvidia seem to remain steady, though the other indices appear to were down a little bit when I checked them this morning. I think we still got a couple of companies doing earnings this week that might, affect the market. But now we've seen a pattern almost 3 weeks in a row where on Mondays and Tuesdays we have these penny stocks, and surprisingly enough, the ones that put out news do have great moves. So I hope you all got an opportunity to trade today and make some money. If you didn't, scale back, use less shares, be more selective, and be careful, and make sure you look at all your technicals. And that's what I was trying to do in rearranging the windows here, is trying to have a little bit better access at the charts. But my eyes still haven't gotten used to the fact that the level 2 and the time and sales is now on the right as opposed to the left, and I might switch that back and forget about the daily. I don't see the daily helping me there at all. But it's important for any beginning trader, as they evolve through their trading history, to take a look at your monitor, your screen, and what you like and what you don't like. I've got putting together a video of the different charts I have set up. I have like 4 or 5 of them set up at the same time, and those I've created over time, and I've evolved from them into this one. And so you will likewise. Your first charts are going to be very crowded, very busy, and then as we evolve, because I'm in that boat too, it's going to change. So we had a good day. We wind up $114 up on this trade, up on the day, and we're up $250 for the month of August. We have 9 days left to trade. So the goal now is to keep those $250 and not lose anything more than $100. So hopefully that'll happen. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments, questions. Click that like and subscribe. Have a great Monday, everyone.